Hello everyone. Today we're going to be looking at CEI Camber Energy. Noticed a bit of a pop today around noon, ran nicely, and then had a strong power hour. What I'm going to walk through is the kind of the alert that I saw on our social sentiment dashboard, and how you can use it as a useful tool to track the stocks you already own or find new trade and investment ideas. So the reason I singled out CEI is kind of this big spike we saw around noon today. What we can do is, if we look at the overall table of trending tickers, we see that CEI is up near the leaderboard. Saw a significant increase in impressions in the last 24 hours, as well as likes and posts. So this means that typically when we see this increase, there's strong social momentum behind a stock, whether it's related to news or just kind of some general trends. So it's something you want to dive into and look at. It's also quite interesting because today, if we look at kind of the overall market, a lot of things were red, but Camber came out as one of the big gainers today, and I'll just jump in and show you why that was the case. So right here, we're showing the number of tweets on a 15-minute time frame. So you'll see over kind of like the last 24 hours, fairly stable, nothing stands out. But then around 11:45 noon today, we saw it start to increase pretty significantly. So as I mentioned, this increase was fairly substantial. So the number of impressions, which is how many people see a tweet that mentioned CEI, jumped from 1 million, so this was the previous 24 hours, all the way up to almost 7 million, so close to a 500% change, which again is quite significant. So if we look at what was going on here, we'll see at 11:45, let's jump in and see what people were talking about at this time. Okay, people are mentioning buy more CEI. Looks like the sentiment is a little mixed. And then right around noon, we see, okay, a few alerts that CEI is starting to take off. Let's go. Okay, it's moving, blasting. And let's see what's happening on the price chart. So same 15-minute interval. If we look here at around 11:30, 11:45, kind of bounced off that support at 45 cents. Initial green candle, and then kind of a big jump up from about 45 cents to 50 cents, so significant increase. People kind of caught on to that, started to share it, alert it. Then it had another jump at around 12:15. And then it kind of bounced around a little bit at this mark, around the 50-cent mark for a little while, until it really popped off kind of in power hours. So between 3 and 3:30, closing at just shy of 60 cents on the day. So if we look at that, that's a significant gain. We're looking at close to, what is this, 26%, which is awesome on the day. What's interesting is if we go back to the number of posts, so we had that initial pop, like I mentioned, at noon. Chatter died off a little bit, but then still kind of quite a few people talking about CEI. See what they were saying. Okay, so rocket emojis. Those are always good for positive sentiment around. Okay. Few interesting, some buy orders. Okay, so this is the type of stuff that's quite useful. So as you scan through here, so this person alerted, there's 10K buy orders, 18K, 14K, 22K, last 4 minutes. So someone knows something. That means you're typically seeing some significant volume come in. And this, as I mentioned, was kind of around 2:15. And that's really the type of alert that you want to see. And we noticed that, so if that was at 2:15, kind of maintains and then popped off again. As I said, just around power hour over here. So let's look at the first green candle was around, 3 o'clock. Boom, here we go, 3 o'clock. So we have, okay, that guy has a fairly large following. Okay. This is probably it. So if you look at this trade alert, this person has 168,000 followers. That means when this alert trade tweets out, we can estimate about 150,000 people see this tweet. So CEI with oil and gas ripping to new highs, CEI added to the first trust natural gas ETF. So I think that's really kind of the news that caused the spike. So if you'd been following this, you see this kind of initial alert, and then that'd be typically a decent buy indicator. And as I mentioned, that was around, let's see, that was 3 o'clock. Boom, there's the initial candle. Again, market starts reacting, people see this news, and then they start buying, which ultimately I would say caused kind of this final run up in power hour. So that's really what I wanted to show you guys today. As I mentioned, if you are currently holding CEI, this is a great tool to use to keep track of what people are talking about, the latest insights about CEI, and then go from there. If you are holding other investments or looking for something new to invest in, again, kind of a great tool. You can check out and see what's trending in terms of the number of likes, impressions, posts, to really give you a sense of kind of potential trading and investment opportunities.